Have you ever thought about this anti-aging thing and how you're going to do, what you're going to do with it, how you're going to handle it, and what it even is? Because it's almost kind of a silly concept, this anti-aging, as if you could stop aging, because it's inevitable that you're going to age. I mean, it beats the alternative, right? The alternative is that you're not around anymore. So you want to keep getting older. The thing is, you want to take responsibility for the health that you have so that you can choose how you do age, because we're all going to age. It's just how the thing's going to go, and it beats the alternative, right? So you want to get strong, you want to get mobile, you want to, increasing your IQ is one of the crazy ones. As people age, IQ starts to drop. And the interesting thing that we found is that when we introduce exercise back into their lives, their IQ goes up to about the time, back to about the time when they were 30, 35, about the time that it peaks for most humans. So really interesting stuff around there, but you want to be powerful, you want to be courageous, you want to be able to live your life, you want to regulate your hormones. Exercise is a natural way of doing that. Nutrition is, going to sleep, exercise, mindset, nutrition, recovery, the things that we talk about on the social media channel that you're on right now. But those things also you end up having better sleep, you end up having less fat, you have better muscle tone, you have your joints feel better, you prevent degenerative diseases or you decrease your chance of getting Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, dementia, those kind of things, because your brain works better. It's also a natural antidepressant to eat better and to sleep, to get ample amounts of sleep, a positive, challenged mindset, and exercise and good food into your body. All these things are there. All these things are there to be the solution to everything that is what we consider going wrong in our society today. And I think that, I don't know if there's one that couldn't be at least improved upon with exercise, nutrition, recovery, and mindset. Now, when it gets into those, like what kind of exercise, what kind of nutrition, what kind of recovery are we looking for, what kind of mindset stuff? Well, in the mindset category, is just learn something new every day. Have the courage, have the guts, the grit to learn something new every day. And if you're not doing that, then what the hell are you doing here? You know, this is a big life. You have all known knowledge sitting right here in this phone that you're using to look at this thing. Use it to learn new stuff. As far as nutrition goes, as far as nutrition and exercise goes, like humans are very different. They vary widely. But there are a few things that we know. Like, for instance, I'm positive that you know enough to make better decisions. When it comes to nutrition, you already know enough to make better decisions, so you have to make those better decisions. So take the responsibility and make those better decisions. Another one is fish oil. Fish oil is, aside from an anomaly, like somebody has maybe some weird allergy, or somebody who already lives on a diet that is high in cold water fish directly from the ocean, and not from a fish farm. Aside from those two populations, which is an extremely tiny amount of people in the United States, especially, fish oil supplementation is going to be high on the list. I mean, it's just one of those things. Like, for instance, we're in Iowa right now. There's absolutely no way that you're getting fresh cold water fish directly from the ocean that was caught in the wild and given to you. You're not eating that once a day. So get on a fish oil and don't skimp on that fish oil. Costco got in trouble for this a few years ago when they got in that study where Costco just happened to be the worst one. They had less than 20% of the Costco's fish oil was actually fish oil. One of the higher ones in the study is one of the brands that we use out of Grit Gym was Carlson's. Carlson's was over 80% fish oil. I thought that was really interesting because Costco's brand was actually half the price of Carlson's. Kind of cool. So, but they had 4 times as much product. So who is actually half the price? Some other things that you can do, a really easy one. Most people are going to respond very well to a high protein, high fat, low carb to no carb breakfast. That's going to be a very good idea. When it comes to exercise, keep in mind, over 56% of the world population that will hire a personal trainer this year will get injured. Over 56% of them will experience an injury, and that doesn't count all the people who are going, oh man, my shoulder just kind of hurts a little bit, but I'm not injured, right? It doesn't include all of them. And I think a lot of that comes down to just the high turnover rate of people in this industry. Most people don't make it past 18 months. That's the industry average. The industry average of the career lifespan of somebody in the fitness industry is 18 months, and that includes nutritionists, that includes people that are selling supplements. It includes everybody. It doesn't just include personal trainers or strength coaches. So that's some of it. But there's also, it's just very hard to sift through all the nonsense out there from a standpoint of knowledge, skill level, experience level, stuff like that, that goes into building some of this stuff. And most just running a business in general, where it's very easy. It would be very easy for us to just say, oh, well, just the hell with the assessment. We're not going to do that. We're just going to get as many people packed in the room as possible and put them through some exercises. But I refuse to do that. I think that that's not, I'm too convicted by what this thing, if you had the solution to all known issues, would you take it that lightly? Because I think that that's what Grit Gym has. Exercise, mindset, nutrition, and recovery are the solution to all known issues. So I just cannot, the conviction of that, I can't do it, where I just try to fit as many people into a room as possible. So there are a few things here, though. We need some kind of cardiovascular training. We need some kind of performance training. We need some kind of stability, mobility, stiffness training. So when it comes to those things, like what kind of strength training do you need? Well, we need some kind of power. We need some kind of speed. We need some kind of strength. Now, it depends, because people vary widely on this in this department. So it really matters what exercises you're using and how you're using them, and everybody's a little different. For instance, we do a lot of prone wall slides at Grit Gym, where you're sliding your hand up, getting that serratus anterior to turn on, trying to tone down that upper trap to use the mid-low trap. Now, if you had somebody with a hunched over posture versus somebody with two steps, that's you might use that exercise for both people, but you would train it completely differently between those two. What about steady state cardio versus high intensity interval training? You want to get both of those, but it matters how you implement them. When you go into a stretch, mobility and stability training, we need to know what to do and what not to do. When you think of stretching, it's much more important what not to stretch than it is what to stretch. So there's a lot of things that go into the exercise, nutrition, recovery, and mindset portion, and it has to be specific to you, but you've got to have the guts to do it. And like we say, I've been saying this on the show for a long time, but like, be the solution, be the solution, be the solution. And I think you also, from a standpoint of taking responsibility for that, like, are you buying grass-fed beef versus just regular beef? I think there is a standpoint there where you don't just want to say be the solution. Like, this is something I'm thinking through right now, and I don't really know how else to say it besides you also want to buy the solution. If you see something, like if you think of the collective of people and the way that our world works around money, they all vote on a certain thing. Like, you want to see more soda? Well, go buy that soda and there'll be more soda. You want to see more high quality produce in your grocery store? Well, you buy that thing, and if everybody decided to do that, there would be more and more of that produce. So I really think, like, be the solution, but also buy the solution. I know that sounds like a shameless plug. Maybe it is, because I do. For life, you get to choose and how you age. Take the responsibility for that, because the world that we live in today, we are free of life necessitating that we be in shape. With that freedom comes a great responsibility to your body to keep it the way that it should be. And there are people in your life that value you greatly. They value your mind. They value your presence. They value the experience they get when you're around them. Your kids, for instance, your grandparents, your parents, if you are not in shape and you're not of the health that you want to be, well, you're robbing them of the experience of you. So do everything that you possibly can to get yourself in the shape that they deserve and that you deserve. But anyway, if you want to work with us, you can read above and learn a little bit about what we do. But otherwise,